The evening begins as a whisper, not a sudden hush, not a silence that falls sharply, but a soft unthreading, as though the world itself exhales after holding its breath for too long. The sun has gone, yes, but it did not vanish in haste. It lingered, drifting slowly, sliding below the horizon with patience, leaving behind a sky brushed with lavender, rose, and the faintest shades of gold. The kind of sky that feels more like a promise than an ending. You pause in this in-between moment where day loosens its hold and night begins to gather. The air is soft, the kind that carries no urgency. It is an air that invites stillness, an air that feels safe to breathe, and as you breathe, you realize you are standing at the beginning of a path. It doesn't feel like a discovery, not really. It feels like a return, as though you've walked here many times before, perhaps in dreams, perhaps in memories you no longer carry, in words. The ground beneath your feet is cool, cushioned by moss and grass. The path itself winds forward deeper, where trees lean gently inward and the first stars begin to show through the thinning sky. There is no need to ask how you came here. The question is unimportant, the way dreams never pause to explain themselves. You are simply here, and the world before you is waiting, open, patient, and kind. You take your first step. The air stirs, carrying with it the faint perfume of blossoms you cannot yet see, and then, softly, quietly, light appears. A lantern, small and golden, glows to life along the path ahead. Its light does not flare or startle. It simply awakens, as though it had been waiting for you all along. Then another, and another. Some lanterns hang from low branches swaying gently in the evening breeze. Others rest on the ground, pale and round, like moonstones that have decided to glow from within. None of them burn harshly. Their light is tender, more like the warmth of a companion's hand than the fire of a flame. Each step you take seems to call them forth. They brighten just enough to guide you, never to hurry you. Their glow says there is no need to rush. The forest welcomes you with tall, steady trees whose leaves whisper softly above. Their voices are not words, but music, a rhythm as old as the earth itself, weaving through the hush of the evening. The forest is alive, yes, but not in the way of bustling cities or busy crowds. It is alive in a gentler way, a way that breathes with you. Time loosens its grip. The day you left behind dissolves further with each step. Here there is only presence. As you move deeper, the lanterns are joined by smaller lights, fireflies. They drift through the air, slow and luminous, like tiny stars that have chosen to dance at your side. Their glow pulses in rhythm, a lullaby written in light. Some hover near you for a moment, curious but never intrusive, before gliding back into the shadows. The path curves, rises slightly, then dips again. Roots arc like steps, stones offer footholds, and moss cushions each movement. There is no strain here, only ease. Your breath begins to fall into rhythm with the forest itself. In, outside, in, outside. With each breath, something loosens. Shoulders soften. Tension unthreads itself from places it had been hiding. You belong here, the forest seems to say. You belong as much as the lanterns, as much as the fireflies, as much as the quiet itself. The air is cool, touched by the last warmth of summer blossoms. Somewhere far away, water murmurs, a stream perhaps, but for now it hides, content to let its song reach you in whispers. The trees part slowly, as though opening a secret. A clearing unfolds, and in its center rests a pool of water so still it could be mistaken for glass. The moon leans close to gaze at her own reflection, and stars float across the surface as though they have descended to rest upon the earth. At the water's edge, blossoms drift, white, pink, pale violet. Their petals, heavy with sleep, spread across the pool like tiny rafts surrendering to the night. The fragrance here is gentle, night-blooming flowers releasing their sweetness without demand. You kneel by the water. Its stillness hums, not an empty silence, but a silence full of presence, full of rest. You lean closer, watching stars tremble in the reflection until something stirs beneath. From the depths, a glow rises. At first it is faint, like a memory surfacing. Then it brightens until a lantern emerges, pale blue, steady and calm. It floats upward, breaks free of the water, and drifts toward you. Its glow is cool, soothing, the color of moonlight, softened by clouds. Without words, it invites you to follow. The lantern hovers just ahead of you, leading but never rushing. Its glow falls across the moss, across the trunks of trees, across your own hands. You step forward, and it drifts with you. You pause, and it waits. It is not a guide in the way of maps or commands. It is a companion, a promise that you will not walk alone. The forest deepens, trees arching overhead to form a cathedral of leaves. The air shifts warmer, touched with the sweetness of jasmine and lavender. Flowers begin to open at your passing, unfurling as though your presence is the signal they have been waiting for. Some bow slightly, a gesture of recognition. Small creatures move quietly through the undergrowth. A rabbit pauses to meet your gaze. A fox lies curled at the base of a tree, its eyes half-lidded with drowsy contentment. None of them startle, none of them fear. All are at peace here, as if this place has no room for anything else. Your steps grow lighter, more like floating than walking. The lantern drifts onward, carrying you deeper into quiet. The trees thin gradually, their trunks widening, their branches lifting higher as if to make way for the sky. Soon you find yourself standing at the edge of a wide valley. Here the ground is a sea of grass, each blade tall and pale, tipped with moonlight. Silver glimmers trace their edges, and when the breeze stirs, they sway together in soft, endless waves. The entire valley moves as one, breathing with you, rising and falling like the tide. The lantern drifts lower now, its glow brushing across the tops of the grasses. Wherever it passes, the silver seems to brighten, as though the valley remembers its touch. You step into the field, and the grass bends gently at your passing, yielding without resistance. Smooth, cool, and soft against your hands, the blades invite you to trail your fingers through them, as though they have been waiting for this simple communion. The air here is filled with a sound that is not quite music, not quite silence. The soft rustling of grass merges with the hum of the night, creating a lullaby, too ancient for words. Each step you take sinks you deeper into this rhythm. You begin to walk slower, not from weariness, but from ease. You realize there is no destination. The journey itself is the resting place. Above, the stars multiply. Some blink faintly, others burn steady, and the longer you gaze, the more constellations reveal themselves, as though the sky itself is opening its heart only to you. The lantern leads you across the valley, but never in haste. Every pause is welcomed, every breath is answered by the whispering grass. At the far edge of the valley, a stream appears, winding silver across your path. Its surface catches the moonlight and scatters it in playful ripples. A wooden bridge spans the water, pale and smooth, its railings carved with patterns resembling flowing currents. The lantern waits at the entrance. When you step onto the bridge, the murmur of water greets you. It is not rushing, not forceful, but melodic, a language spoken in liquid sighs. Water glides around stones, curls beneath roots, and trickles in harmony with itself. Its voice is both ancient and immediate, soothing the way only water can soothe. Halfway across, you pause. Your hands rest upon the smooth rail, and you lean slightly over. Beneath you, the stream reflects two worlds, the endless sky above and the lantern's steady glow. For a moment, they seem equal, both infinite, both within reach. The sound of water deepens your breathing. In, outside, in, outside. The stream sings with you, reminding you that every current finds its way forward, not by force, but by surrender. You smile softly, without thinking, and cross to the far side. Beyond the bridge, the path curves into a hidden garden. It unfolds like a secret, one step at a time. First, stone pathways reveal themselves, weaving among beds of flowers. Then the flowers themselves become visible, lavender, rose, white as snow, glowing faintly in the moonlight. Their colors are muted, but their presence is radiant. They do not shout their beauty, they simply are. The air hums with something more than fragrance, presence. The flowers seem to whisper without words, speaking in a language you feel rather than hear. Each breath you draw is laced with calm, and each exhale releases something you no longer need to hold. As you wander between the blossoms, you notice delicate figures drifting through the air. At first, they appear as motes of light, but then they shift, some resembling petals, others drops of water, others flickering wings. They are guardians of this place, though their guardianship is tender, never stern. Their movements are unhurried, like dreams adrift on the edge of waking. One brushes gently past your arm, leaving behind a warmth that lingers in your chest. A piece of its calm settles into you, like a secret gift. The lantern drifts ahead, weaving through the blossoms, and you follow, each step softer than the last. The garden feels endless, yet every turn brings you closer to its heart. At the far edge of the garden, two flowering trees bend toward one another, their branches entwine, forming an arch. Beyond it lies a small clearing, open to the sky. In the center rests a bench carved from pale stone. Its shape is simple, yet it seems sculpted with care, curved to hold you in comfort. The lantern drifts forward and lowers itself before the bench, resting its glow on the ground. You sit. The stone is cool, yet it does not chill. Instead, it anchors you, grounding you gently, as though reminding you that you are held. Above, blossoms filter the moonlight into silver rain, scattering it across your skin. The fragrance of roses, lavender, and jasmine settles around you, wrapping you like a soft blanket. You close your eyes. Behind your eyelids, the journey replays itself in fragments. The lanterns awakening along the forest path. The pool of stars where the blue lantern rose. The silver grass swaying like a living sea. The bridge whispering with water's song. The garden alive with guardians of light. Each place lingers within you, layering calm upon calm, like blankets of rest placed tenderly one after another. Your breath deepens, your body softens, shoulders sink, arms grow heavy, legs release their weight into the bench. You feel the forest itself supporting you, cradling you. The lantern flickers softly in front of you, pulsing in rhythm with your breath. In, outside, in, outside. Time loses meaning here. There is no need for clocks, no need for questions, only breath, only stillness. The lantern's glow begins to dim, not fading away, but settling, like the last ember of a fire that no longer needs to burn brightly. Its light matches your rhythm, slower, slower, softer. The night gathers around you, but it does not close in. It expands, vast and infinite, carrying you within it as though you are part of its quiet. The whispers of the garden blur into the rustling of distant grasses. The grasses blend into the murmur of the stream. The stream merges with the lullaby of fireflies and the hush of trees. All the sounds of this journey weave together into one harmony. It is not silence. It is fullness. The forest breathes with you. The stars breathe with you. Even the earth beneath you seems to rise and fall in gentle rhythm. You are no longer walking through this world. You are this world. Your eyelids grow heavier. Your breath slows further. The lantern dims, 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 until it fades completely. The garden exhales one last sigh of peace. The trees settle into stillness. The stars soften into clouds of light. And you, too, surrender, sliding slowly, softly, gently, into deep, healing sleep.